it was, of course it had to go that way, like, for making the passes in the third one and like just full on pressure cooker. I've got the TV and the four people asking me if I've got pressure on me. I'm like, yeah, I've got pressure on me, so it's unbelievable. But, we worked really hard to get here. The bike was so good. It was so good. We made it better between even Moto 1 and 2. Got the starts, and I still can't believe that we did it.
Talk about those first two motos though a little bit more in depth. You were
Yeah.
never really pressured. It just kind of went.
Yeah.
So, did that just feel like laps at the practice track again?
It was, especially Moto 2. Like Moto 1 was a little bit of nerves and stuff. But yeah, good starts, getting through the first turn clean. Like I said, 1 and 2 was I want to say it was easy, but it was just smooth, consistent. No sketchy moments. It was good.
In Moto 3, where did you feel like you really had the faster lines than other guys? Because it was pretty obvious, but from our perspective, we can't see what you're doing that's so much faster.
Well, it was the sand. It was both the sand, and then I was getting the 3 into the sand that was going out of the stadium. That was big. They made it 1 or 2 at the end of this sand coming in the stadium. So the sand made a pass on the Dragon. It did seem kind of one line, but I went from 6th to first there or whatever it was. So you were able to do it if you could do it.
No, it's good. Honestly, it's I'm still trying to digest it all. The biggest thing is we were able to get off to good starts and kind of click out some laps kind of by myself, especially in that third one. The first one, obviously jitters, you get the whole shot and you're like, oh boy. The idea is to get the whole shot, but then when you do, there's added pressure and there's Supercross champion, the Monster Cup last year, $1 million winner, you have the outdoor champion. You got a lot of dudes breathing down your neck. So it didn't really help. Tightened up a little bit and just made a few mistakes. But then that second moto just it was tough to pass and spent too much time behind some people and kind of let that one slip away. And then obviously the last one we got the whole shot and led to the last lap. So for a first time, it's you can't really expect a lot more. Ended up on the box and we went 1-3 overall and 1-2 in the last moto. So as far as I'm concerned, this work that we've done in the short amount of time that we've been on the bike has been very productive, and that new bike is unreal. It's a rocket ship off the gate. So I think as long as we keep working and keep moving forward, we'll be good.
We have to ask because people are going to ask, and you have to give a comment on it. In other forms of motorsport, be it MotoGP, road racing, Formula One, whatever, if a guy is leading, it's pretty common. Like Bottas will move out of the way for Lewis to come in.
Yep.
You had to do that.
At the end of the day, so this is how I look at it. Number one, we're as a team. So for Team Kawasaki, it wouldn't change the overall, but at the same time, it was nice for them to get the added bonus. Mm-hmm. And to go 1 and 2 is that's awesome. I think if we would have said that coming in, they'd be we'd be stoked.
Right.
But yeah, absolutely. The bottom line is he has way more on the line than I do. I don't know if that one position would have changed anything for me overall wise. But as far as I'm concerned, I led 9 of the 10 laps or 9.5 laps, and it is what it is. Watch any other sport, highest end of motorsports there are or there is, and there's team orders, and there was no team orders. They didn't even tell me to let him fly. But out of common courtesy.
And common sense is like a racer,
Exactly.
The guys behind me.
And I looked over a few times behind me, and it was Reed for a while, and then I pulled away, and then had a medic flag out. So I had to roll it, and then they took 2 seconds out of my gap. So I don't know if they jumped or if they just rolled faster or if it went away. But no, and then I had a comfortable gap, and I heard him coming, and then he had a good drive through the sand, and I launched out the single, and he was behind me. And honestly, he might have gotten me anyways. But I would like to think no. There was 1, 2, 3 corners left, and then 3 into the sand that I don't even think he was doing. Mm-hmm. So the drive there would have been on my side, and then you have 1 final corner. But absolutely, common courtesy, and it's the respect that if I was in that same position, I would hope that he would do the same for me. And that's the bottom line.
Well, let me start it off from the get-go. So, practice went well. I think we were in 4th in practice, and then first race. See, this is orange. See, I'm trying to start my nutrients. But no, first main was a little flat. I think just it was a little cold and stuff, and I think we ended up like 7th. Second race, I think I got 5th or something like that, 4th or 5th, which was good. The track was just so fast. Third main event, and like 6th, so we ended up getting 5th overall. So overall, this was like my first race with the team and stuff, so it was kind of like, I wasn't sure, how things were gonna work and how, Mike drove is, and everybody checked out. Everybody's absolutely awesome. So the bike was great. My teammate Vince, he killed it. I was a little disappointed how he rode in the last one because he be doing that sometimes. I don't like that, I'm just kidding. He'd be doing that at a test track. He'll be going slow, and he'll say just turn it up. So nah, me and him been working hard. So it's only gonna go good from here. And for me, it's really just getting more time on the bike. I got definitely some more races overseas. I got Tokyo, Spain, Italy, and Switzerland. So got myself the world tour. I did say that in the last video. I'm telling you, I was the world tour.
It was Migos, right? Migos?
Oh, yeah, Migos, boy. So you already know. No, but like I said, I'm having fun. This is the most fun I had in the last 2 years. It's cool for me just to enjoy riding and enjoy this. And so far, every day I wake up, I don't have to think where my motorcycle is going to be the next day. So I think that's definitely a big stress release. I can just kind of worry about myself and keep going from there. So keep my fingers crossed.
No doubt. Thanks, Malcolm.
Peace. Later, guys, from Transworld. Don, a little disappointed you didn't make it out. So I'm a little, probably mountain biking somewhere. Actually, probably not. Probably eating Cheetos.
Oh.
Probably eating Cheetos. He definitely likes his Cheetos.
That he does.
Flaming ones.
Flaming.
All right. Well, appreciate you fans for checking in on me, and we'll tune in next time. Later.
It was great. It was cool. Fans loved it. I think that was kind of the not the point, but the goal was just to make a big deal of this and not have a real expectation coming back. Just get behind the gate again. It's actually good to get behind the gate because I race in Oz, and grade's something that I haven't started on ever. So interesting.
Cool.
Other than that, everything was good. Had fun. I think guys are going fast. It's Monster Cup. There's really no separation of anything. Not to say that I would have done any better, but it makes it hard. When there's nowhere to pass. But overall, I had a great time.
Yeah, it was incredible. I didn't expect I could win at first. I knew from last year I had to keep consistency, and that's what I did in this race. I could able to win on the first moto and got 3rd. I just needed to keep the good position to the end, and then that made it overall. So it was really fun. It had tough sections. Sand rollers were pretty gnarly, and I never did Dragon's Back before, and I really needed to focus on these areas. But it was a great night.
Cool.
Yeah.
Hey, that first moto battle, how was that? Pretty intense? Did you know he was there the whole time, or did you not know until the finish?
The first moto, I got a good start. I didn't know Seth Hamaker was behind me. Last 3 lap, I think, he was really close to me. I pushed a little bit more harder. It was pretty gnarly. I couldn't make any mistake. Otherwise, he'll pass me right away. So, it was a really tough one, but it was fun.
Second moto, you didn't get the greatest start, but you knew you needed to get up there. Was it pretty intense and stressful? Were you nervous?
Yeah, a little bit. For sure, because I won the first moto, so now I needed to do the same thing. Yeah, I was really a little bit stressed out on the start. I think I was late jumping out of the gate, and I had to kind of push forward to the first corner. I knew Dirk Drake was right in front of me, and he made a really good start. So it was a little bit stressful, but ended up being okay, so it's good.
Yeah, I just made sure I got off to a top 5 start, and once I got there, I just knew I could move through the pack and get the win.
How is that track for a Super Mini? Is it pretty difficult? It's more mellow than it's been in years past, but there's other times that it could be pretty tricky.
It wasn't too bad. I'm really a good sand rider, so I was pretty stoked having 2 sand sections. And the gnarliest part of the track was definitely the Dragon's Back. I went down there and practiced, but I was able to do it clean throughout both motos, and yeah.
All right, cool. You've really come on in the last year. This is a huge, huge indicator of your potential. How was it in the motos knowing like you had to make these passes, get in the front, battle with these guys, and then eventually sweep it?
Well, yeah, the first moto, I almost collided with Ryder on the first lap. He landed on some tough lucks and almost took me out. But once I got clean, I knew I was second. And just me and Breezy had a gnarly battle. Second moto, got off to a good start. Moved into the first 3 laps, and just knew I had to ride clean and come out.